So not only technology-wise, also from the science, it's a very complex mission.
Okay, we're going to hear more from you when you come back, because Johannes has never seen a launch. Excuse me. He's going to go out on the terrace with all the other VIPs and give us his reactions, hot reaction, when he comes back. So don't get lost. See you later. The split screen image on the screen on the left, liquid hydrogen, on the right, liquid oxygen. These are the propellant feeder arms in the middle of the launcher. We'll get another shot of that when we pull back. They are putting fuel into the upper stage tanks, and you'll see the arms, and you can see them there in the center of the screen, coming out of the gantry into the upper stage. You'll see the arms pull back at 7 seconds before ignition. What are the people doing? They're going out onto the terrace there, because we have 2 terraces on either side of Jupiter that give a wonderful view onto the launch pad, which is about 15 kilometers away from us here, and that's where Johannes is gone. The DDO is going to call out.
Top à 0 moins 1 minute.
And there we are. We're into the final 60 seconds as the crowd gathering on the terraces. Give us a chance to say hello to our friends at JAXA Tokyo, Airbus in Friedrichshafen, to our industrial partners, ESA, including ESAC, where we'll go momentarily, and CNES, and to all of you following the broadcast on the internet. We hope you are enjoying it. We're going to cut away now and let you listen to the DDO as he calls out the final countdown. Watch for the cryogenic arms to open and enjoy the liftoff.
À tour de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage 2EAP, décollage. Propulsion est nominale, la trajectoire est nominale.
The roar of our engines, a lot of fire, and with the BepiColombo on board, the DDO says all is well. The 2 boosters now providing 90% of our thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity. 780 tons at liftoff, that's the mass. And to get that sort of mass off the ground, you need a lot of push. And push we have. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second. 2.5 tons being burned every second in each booster, plus the core stage burning another 300 kilos of fuel every second. Ariane 5 putting on quite a show. And I can't wait for Johannes to come back and tell us his reactions. The sky is clear. You should be able to see separation of the boosters, maybe even separation of the fairing. We'll find out momentarily. Ariane 5 now following the program and the onboard computer, which gives all the orders, including stage separation. We'll soon see that in just about 30 seconds from now. We are in the first of 4 flight phases. The first 3 are powered, and we'll describe each in turn so you can follow. Right now, the first flight phase, the single first stage engine, and the 2 boosters are burning. The boosters will each consume their 240 tons in just over 2 minutes, and in just about 10 seconds. They will be the first to be extinguished, and you'll hear that from the DDO, but you'll see that on the screen. You'll see the flame out there. There it is. You see the main point of light in the middle when we come back to that, and the 2 points of light on either side are the boosters. That's what it looks like up there. There's another booster on the port side, of course, out of camera range. But you see the main point of light looks like the moon in the middle, and on the side the 2 boosters flaming out, and they will fall into the Atlantic. French Guiana, in part chosen as a base for its opening on the ocean, launching launches, posing no threat to the local population, of course. We're waiting for Johannes to come back. Before he comes back, our next milestone, separation of the fairing. That's next up as we continue to follow Ariane with looks like a ground camera or the naked eye. The launcher making here, the DDU has called out separation of the fairing. And this is what that looks like. There's another half on the starboard side, which is falling into the Atlantic as well. We can separate the fairing now. Why? Because we're out of the dense layers of the atmosphere, of course. Over 100 meters altitude. And you can see on the bottom of your screen on the left, our altitude 140 kilometers. And on the right, our speed, 2.4 kilometers per second. We can also discard any dead weight. The fairing
measured, which are much lower than expected. You would expect for a planet close to the sun, the temperatures are much higher, but actually we found them were much lower, comparable to formation temperatures of Mars. So there could be the idea that Mercury is formed somewhere else, so that would be fascinating.
What argument did they use to say that it's a boring target?
Oh, in the beginning they said
that sounds
they had no atmosphere, only a few craters. They didn't expect life on Mercury, and for that reason, maybe think that was boring.
Okay, we have had cutoff of the lower stage engine and separation of the lower stage engine, and as you can see on the animation, ignition of the upper stage, all on time. These are 3 commands given by the onboard computer in about 13 seconds. So we are now... And once BepiColombo reaches Mercury in late 2025, the orbiters, as you saw, will be released and captured by the planet's orbit. The science doesn't begin immediately, though. We'll get Johannes to explain that in a moment. Science begins about 5 or 6 months after that. We're coming up on extinction of the upper stage, and you will see on the left the nozzle will shut down. And we will be into the... There you are. And we are now in the final flight phase, the non-powered flight phase. We are coasting. With the upper stage engine shut off, we'd entered this coasting phase. Usually during this period, the composite is maneuvered and spun up in a series of operations ranging from a few seconds to a few minutes. You're going to be waiting for what you want to see that everything happens. Right?
That's correct. I would like to see the separation going well and then also the deployments afterwards.
And then we have to wait for confirmation, and we will get back to that. But it is a moment of high concentration as we wait the DDO's announcement. The mood here in Jupiter, like the mood in ECA, as Paolo Ferri told us, very concentrated, very focused.
Séparation BepiColombo.
There is separation. The DDO has called it out right away, and you can hear the applause. So there's the good news, at least on the scheduled program of events. However, we have to wait for confirmation. Can we get a reaction from you?
Yeah, I'm as relieved as the others, but still we are not there. We have to wait until we get the signal, and we have to wait until we have the successful deployment of our solar arrays and antennas and everything.
So as they say sometimes in the